Well, hi everyone, welcome back to a beautiful November morning here in Hinterland. First thing we need to point out is our substantial bank balance. I'm assuming the majority of that came from our clothing auto sell. Yeah, that was nice. I'm curious though how much we lost by having the auto sell turned on. Is it, does the game, wait, great demand at the farmer's market? Great demand for what? How do we know what the great demand is for at the farmer's market? How do you know? Do you just have to go down each one of these and look? No, there's something right that I'm missing that has to tell us what the great demand is for. Well, I don't know. You know, I don't see those very often. Maybe I just don't pay attention to them. It used to be, though, right? When you'd get a great demand, it would say great demand for potatoes at the blah, blah, blah. So how do we know what the great demand is for? All right. So anyways, I'm curious how much we're losing. So I know that we're not selling it at peak price, but I know that the game also charges for the luxury that is auto sell. Is it like 25%? Do any of you know how much it is exactly? Okay, so I'm not too worried about it. I just don't feel like driving around picking up pallets every day. I know that's lazy work, but I'm a lazy farmer. So fermenting is at 95%. We are very, very close to getting this thing ready to go, but our cows are also quite hungry. So what I thought we would do, since we actually have some money in the bank, is buy a load of TMR. Not really sure how much this is going to cost us. I'm assuming it's going to be several $1,000s. But I thought we'd buy a load of TMR. Particularly the cows that are in, I don't even know what to call it. Not the big cattle pen, but this one. They're getting pretty low on TMR. I took care of the water this morning. I said water really weird, right? Took care of the water, and they are pretty low. So I figured instead of letting their health decrease, they can eat grass, but excuse me, sorry, they can eat grass, but their production goes way down on just grass. So, ooh, I missed. Oh no, let's see how much this is going to cost us. We're almost full. Wow. Okay. Just over $12,000 worth of total mixed rations right there. Makes me kind of wonder which is actually better, just buying it outright or going through all the work to get it. I guess most of what we do for total mixed rations are byproducts. Well, nah, straw. Hay we have to work for. Yeah, silage we definitely have to work for. Alright. I'm sure somebody has figured that out. Somebody much smarter than I am has figured that all out and decided which one's better. But we're not going to do it often. We're just going to do it this one time just to give ourselves a little breathing room. Because not only do we have to wait until the silage ferments, but we have to wait for the TMR mixer to produce some TMR. It's pretty fast, actually. But I'm kind of assuming that we probably really won't be in the TMR until tomorrow. Everything else is going pretty smoothly, I think, for November. Sorry. I saw a bunch of weeds out on our fields that we mulched. Was it yesterday that we mulched them? Last night? And I'm not particularly surprised, but I'm curious. Weeds have confused me lately. They didn't used to, but they have recently, and I don't know if it's because of mods that I'm using or what's going on, but let's get done with some more TMR here. How much TMR did we get? How many times can I say TMR? 47,000 liters. Well, it's as much as we can give them, so let's stop this for a second. How much do these little pokies have? Oh, they're not very... Okay. We better finish giving them. So, weeds have just been troublesome to me, and I think I've just had a couple of bad experiences with them. Like on Old Family Farm, I would weed and plant, and then weeds would come back, which I didn't think was right. And we have weeds out in the fields that we just mulched, which I understand can be there, and they say they're small weeds, so we should be able to use a weeder on them. We haven't cultivated those fields yet, and I'm wondering if that also matters. And by that I mean, if we were to weed right now, and then cultivate, well, I'm sorry, weed. I don't know if our planter is a direct drill or not. I think I looked at that one time and it's not. I'm confusing myself. Making a simple thing much more difficult than it certainly needs to be, I'm sure. But I do want to do a little, just a little experiment thing. I was thinking about doing this before bringing you all on, and I thought, well, we're in November. We don't have an awful lot going on this month other than maintaining animals. So here's our weeder right there. And what do we have here? We can grab the 8R. I guess it's the 8RT, is it, for tracks? Oh, that's those. Yeah, there's bales there, Brad. Bright pink bales, by the way, that are not difficult to see. All right, let's grab our weeder. Let's go take a peek at something. I am a little curious. I would think once... Okay, so we've mulched. This field doesn't look... Oh, I know why it doesn't look mulched. It's because I sprayed a couple of these fields. I went ahead and did fertilizer on. Yeah, this one and this one. This one already had a base layer. That's interesting. That's why. Okay, there we go. I was saying, why is that light blue? Yeah, so all of these have the first application of fertilizer. This one and this one I did last night. These two haven't been done yet. That's why we're not seeing that mulched kind of texture. And according to this, we have weeds small. But what's a little bothersome is that little hash mark right there that I think normally says what you need to use in order to get rid of the weeds. That's just a hash mark. I don't ever remember seeing that before. Let's lower our seeder. Our weeder, sorry. And as you can see, it's doing absolutely nothing. Why is it not doing anything? Yeah, it's not doing anything. The weeder's not doing anything. That's weird to me. Methinks that is not right. Let's go check one more field just to make sure I'm not... Yeah, I don't think that's right. Now, we can cultivate, and indeed we probably do need to cultivate. Nothing. Not touching these weeds at all. And they're small weeds, so that should work. Interesting. Okay. Well, the next question is, because I keep forgetting, is our cedar a direct drill? It is not. Okay. Speaking of, I saw this in the used section. It's not a direct drill either, but it is one of my favorite cedars of all time because it goes way back in the game, and it's also bigger than the cedar we have. It's 15 meters. I am very tempted for us to purchase that. Because also, if we take a look at the cedar we have, look at the resale value. I think we could almost break even Steven. In fact, we probably would be over. What do you all think? Should we pick up the Amazon, the classic? The classic Amazon? I think we should. I like changing things up. But I do find that odd. I don't really understand why this weeder's not having any impact at all on those weeds. And maybe that's normal and I'm just not remembering correctly. Well, I would suggest, I guess, that we have to cultivate, I suppose, anyways. So maybe let's just plan on doing that, cultivating all of these fields. Where are you going? Right here? All right. Let's see if I can squeeze this thing in here. This thing is long and gamely. Is it gangly? Gangly. It's long and gangly. All right. That's our cultivator right there, I guess. So let's grab the cultivator. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. Maybe it's just showing that there are weeds that you can't do anything with. I'm so confused about that. And then the next question will be, after we cultivate, I know you don't get weeds after plowing, but let's say we cultivate these fields and then plant. Weeds are going to come back, right? I'm beginning to feel a level of frustration with weeds in this game. And it's probably unfair. Okay. So certainly cultivating is going to take care of that. It's funny that cultivating brings back the mulched texture. I would think the ground would be black. I think maybe it's the order I'm doing things in. I don't know. You would think the ground would just be black dirt at this point, but hey, whatever. Let's actually go ahead and set up for. Let's go ahead and set up for a job here, so we can get that started off. And generate a coarse number of headlands. Center sharp, so on and so forth. Generate some field work. I don't know if we need 4 headlands. That kind of seems like it might be a bit excessive. Let's try 2. What's it look like with 2? Yeah, that looks a little bit nicer, I think. Alright, let's try that out. And let's go with our first waypoint. And off you go, my friend. Good luck to you and your cultivating. Oh, I know what we need to do. So we can finish putting our first coat of fertilizer down, I guess. I mean, obviously we could cultivate, then fertilize, then plant. And maybe that's what the game wants, or it wants us to cultivate, plant, then fertilize, then wait a day for a growth period, and then fertilize again. I still don't understand why these weeds can't be touched with a weeder, except for a... Yeah, doesn't make any sense to me. It's not computing to me, so to speak. Let's set up another job for this critter here. It didn't like that, did it? So, wait a minute. Didn't like that at all. Create a job. There we go. Number of headlands. 1 is honky-dory. Sharp, do-do-do. Generate that. I think it likes to get caught on these trees here. So we're probably going to have to keep a little eye open for that. It wings out and it kind of, once in a while on a turn or something, it seems like it gets a little bit caught. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing started. First waypoint, off you go, Mr. Fertilizer. Then I think the next thing we can do is grab another tractor. Mr. Kloss. And where's our seeder? Is that over here? Man, Bales, you are just in my way today. Where did I put that seeder? Are you over here somewhere, Mr. Cedar? Ah, I see you. I see you. Hiding out over there because you don't want to get sold. I think all of our tractors have enough horsepower to deal with that Amazon cedar. 300 horse, yeah. I think all of our tractors, I think we are good to go there. I think except the Valtra maybe, right? Yeah, the Valtra's 201, but I think the rest of them are plenty. Alright. Well, sorry, Cavernland. Are you a Cavernland? Is that right? I like you, but we're going to try and keep things a little fresh here on the farm. I do see, however, that you have... Sorry, hitting the mic there. I do see that it has a bunch of seeds, though, that we want to keep. So we're going to dump those. No use in getting rid of seeds that we can have. Let's take a little drive over to Henrik. Henrik should be open. It's after 9. Even Henrik, as lazy as he is, should be up and running by 9 o'clock. Maybe it's the, you know, it's funny that, like, you get used to doing things a certain way, and when you're using mods, and quite a few mods, sometimes things change that you don't expect will change, and then it makes you start second guessing yourself as to whether or not you've done things right. Have you done things wrong? Is it the game? Is it you? Maybe that's just me, but that's kind of how I feel sometimes. And I am honestly gonna have to just go with a base game map and settle it in my own brain how this game really wants weeds to work, because I thought I knew, but when I've got weeds that can't be removed with a weeder, I have to start wondering what's going on there. Let's go say hi to Henrik. Maybe he knows. Henrik, you know anything about weeds?
Hi.
Yep. Hey, buddy. Want to sell our Cavernland? He doesn't like flashlights in his face. We want to sell our Kverneland. That's what I'm going to call it. I guess I can find out. Yeah, it's a Kverneland. We want to sell that bad boy and pick up that Amazon. You take care of us, brother?
Hi.
Excellent. How much for the Amazon? Not a lot of options. Standard tires are just fine. The only thing I don't like about the Amazon is this little number here, this little fertilizing tank dealio. That can cause a few problems with courseplay, but we'll get around it. 7,800 liters. How much does our Kverneland hold? 6,000. Okay. Yeah, all right. All right. Let's throw a license plate on there. Let's buy that bad boy. Thanks, Henrik.
Hi.
Oh, yeah. The granddaddy. Really, really like this. I've always liked this Amazon. And back in FS13, when I was finally able to afford this cedar, I knew I had made it somewhere, you know? Oh, man. And then we need to sell our Kverneland. Let's go ahead and give it a paint job. And we'll sell it. And I would think we made some money doing that. Not too shabby. While we're here, we might as well check our repairs. That looks okay. Oh yeah, nothing big. I like to repaint our bumper though. Keep our fancy bumpers looking tip-top. Hey, thanks, Henrik. Thanks for your help, buddy. Yeah, I think he's got earbuds in. He can't hear us. I think he's a big rap fan. I think Henrik listens to a lot of rap. Beautiful. Don't make me regret this, Henrik. I forgot to repair the thing, so we'll have to do that when we get back home. It'll be interesting to see how much in repairs this Big Daddy's going to cost us. Look at the... Man. This thing has all kinds of things going on with it. Springs and gadgets and whatchamajigs all over the place. Look how many hoses are coming out of each one of those pods or whatever they're called. And can we open... Oh, we can. That's fancy. Nice. You can even hear the little latches closing. That's pretty sweet. Well, we might as well fill up. Oh, you can hear a little squeak. We might as well fill up our cedar with whatever seeds we got out of the Kverneland. I suppose we should probably take a quick look. You're doing okay. Oh, you're still doing okay, buddy? Good. Very nice. Get her done. Let's do this. Make life a little bit easier on ourselves. Move you a little closer. Move you a little closer. And a little closer. And we'll just keep filling. So November planting season is, well, isn't all. I think obviously we're going to wait until February. We are going to do, I don't think we're going to do more cotton this season. I think we're going to rotate. Skip the cotton. I think we'll probably end up doing corn again. Probably some sorghum. I think some sorghum. Corn, sorghum, and I don't know. What do you all think? Maybe a wheat, maybe some kind of a grain crop, wheat or barley. If I get super inspired, maybe potatoes or... Oh, you little stinker. So you don't hold. That was fuel. Was that the... Wait. I thought it held more. What was I looking at that was wrong? What was I looking at that was wrong? So we bought this. Where did I see? So 7,800 liters. Oh, is that? Is that total for both fertilizer and seeds? I bet it is, huh? Because we have leftovers. Yep, we've got leftovers. Well, that's a shame. So it actually holds less seed than our Hinterland did. Interesting. So if it holds 3,000 liters of seed, holy cow, it holds a lot of fertilizer. It holds 4,800 liters of fertilizer. Well, we'll have to deal with it. It is what it is. Or start utilizing the fertilizing function on these. I just don't do that a lot. I usually fertilize separately from seeding, and maybe I need to change that. Let's see what kind of repairs we got on this thing. Not too shabby. All right. Outstanding. Well, we don't need you right now. We will need you in a few months, so we're just going to put you away for the time being. And then the only thing we need to think about is buying some land and getting some fields put together for us so we can start expanding some more. I think that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. Let's check on our... You're doing okay? Excellent. And how are you doing? You're doing okay? Excellent. Let me get out of your way. And let's take a look at what we have for property, since we have some money to spend now. How much do we have? Well, about 1,300 bucks. That's not too shabby. Maybe, yeah, just start heading this way, I guess. This will make a nice field right through here. That is for sure. We could actually... Boy, we still have 1 million. And I think if we were to put a field in, maybe a field in here. Mm-hmm. I think that's pretty good to get us started. These tree lines will break up that. You know what? We have the money. There. We got 1 row left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. We're getting close. We are getting close to being complete owners of Hinterland. Nice. Very nice. I think that's going to do it for this episode. I want to leave on a good note, a positive note. We bought a cedar. We sold a cedar. We bought some land. I left as confused as normally. If you all have anything to add for my weed confusion, please do so in the comments. I would appreciate it. I'm going to do a little investigatory work. I just kind of feel like I am maybe making it more difficult than it is, but I do think it's odd that these weeds aren't impacted by, you know, a weeder So maybe that's just me. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I appreciate it as always. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course you're welcome to subscribe. It was great having you again. Happy Monday. I'll see you all back here on Tuesday, hopefully a little less confused. Bye for now.